Do more by doing less. With me, Charles Alexander, for small business owners, startups, and busy folks.
Looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately.
I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Clark, it's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
In 2015, I launched my own explainer video business. At the time, I was a full-time business coach, and I was going to coach myself. A coach without a coach. And I literally thought about what I would tell someone else in my shoes. I would write it down, read it out loud, and then I would just do that. I did that for, a year, and it flopped big time. I was my own worst coach. So look, I'm right there with you. If you're tired of trying to hold yourself accountable and you feel frustrated, you feel stuck, that's normal. We're all like that. Today we're going to figure out what to do instead, why trying to go it alone doesn't always work, how to create accountability, and most likely how to do it with leveraging other folks, which is what we should be doing. And I'm going to even give you a quick few ways on how to do it, and then give you some reasons why it really works. Let me give you a couple of main points here. Trying to hold yourself accountable wears super thin, and there is a ton of scientific evidence on why accountability on your own doesn't really work. A really good book, I was about to say one of my favorite books, man, it's a big one, Influence by Robert Cialdini, which I always butcher this dude's name. Super smart guy, and the book Influence is talking about all of these levers that you use in order to create influence over others, in order to get them to buy your product, do whatever you need them to do. But one of the main levers is through commitment and accountability, basically. Studies have shown that public commitment increases the likelihood of achieving a goal by up to 65% of you doing it on your own. Now, let me clarify when I say public announcement. A lot of people will do this every year, January 1, go to Facebook and declare, good God, whatever. This is the year I lose 100 pounds. And then everybody's, oh my God, Stacy, androgynous name. Good for you. So proud. Hashtag, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I mean. And even in a lot of those cases, it just invites open snarky comments, people to make passive aggressive shots at you. When I'm talking about an open commitment, it's with someone else who also has their own things they're trying to do. And they're going to, by nature of knowing about it, help commit you. And it doesn't have to be in a public forum. All right. Another point is our willpower runs out. I have an entire episode look back on why willpower falls short. We use it all day long. We use it inappropriately on what we're going to eat, what we're going to wear, discipline the kids, what we're not going to drink, and 1,000 other things in your business all day long. And by the time it gets to where you need to be accountable for the real things you want to accomplish, it's gone. And then last point here, if you're in a group, which is what I prefer for accountability, not just one-on-one, but in a group of other people, like-minded people who are trying to accomplish something similar to what you're trying to accomplish, then once you see them do it, what can be done? Once you see them overcome little obstacles in the way, that it can be done. Think about, I just mentioned kids, think about when you're trying to talk to your kids about how they pick their friends. You want them to hang out with good friends because they'll pick up those good habits. If you want your kids to study, hang out with kids to study. If you want your kids to participate in sports and actually hustle and try, have them hang out with those kids. If you want them to sit around and play video games all day and eat potato chips, that's easy. They'll find those by accident. And we do that in our own personal life, right? You can kind of see how this works for being held accountable. Let me give you a few real life examples here. We'll come to your business goals, your entrepreneurial goals, the goal of doing more by doing less. I'll start with my wife. For years, she would try to go to the gym, work out on her own, and she would go through starts and stops of it working out well. And finally, she decided apparently she blames me. She said she wanted to go to a 5 a.m. boot camp. And I said, you will never go to a 5 a.m. boot camp. Bless her sweetheart. She proved me wrong, which I had no idea I was using reverse psychology. Yay for me and her. She started going, and she did this for years, a 5 a.m. boot camp. Now look, the boot camp itself, that you're for an hour straight, you're keeping your heart rate up to an insane level and doing all of the exercises. But when she was in a larger group, anytime she would tell me, she started to feel like, oh, I'm going to start slacking a little bit. I can't keep up. She'd look over and somebody that's 10 years older than her is kicking her tail. She realized, oh, I have to keep going. Or if she skipped once or twice, they'd be like, hey, Sarah, message her, how's everything going? Where you been? Miss you. That would keep her accountable. That would keep her going. And even since then, she just decided she won't get up at 5 a.m. anymore, but she hired a personal instructor, Robin. Robin's great. Robin won't let her off the hook when Sarah's not wanting to do. They slam medicine balls a lot. I don't really understand what that's about. They get these ropes and they swing them around, but either way, it works. She's in great shape, but Robin won't let her off the hook. Now, the key is, and I'm about to get to this, she pays Robin money. Not a ton of money. Robin's undercharging, but she pays Robin money. If she pays Robin money, she will go do the thing she told her to do. That large boot camp, that one was free, but it had enough people in it, enough engaged people that it kept her locked in. I'm telling you about back in 2015 when I started my own explainer video business. I wasn't good at following my own advice. I had to join a coaching group, paid money, not big money, but real money. And I was in a group of 60 other people, had a wide variety of types of business owners working towards a bunch of different goals. But little by little, year by year, I started increasing my revenue. A few years, I even doubled my revenue. Not just because of the advice I would get from other people, which was great and was worth the price of admission alone, but more importantly, I could see John creating a LinkedIn media empire. I could see Jason creating his 100 Cups Academy course and growing it. I could see Sherry getting more and more clients to coach for her health and wellness business. I'm like, man, I got to step up my game. I got to keep up with them. And then even down the road, I hired my own one-on-one coach to help me through that. And I paid him real money. I put a zero behind what I was doing with the other thing. And then I really listened because I was being held accountable. Even now I'm in a membership group teaching me how to do memberships. A membership freedom, by the way, free plug for them, Vincent Pugliese, great folks. That is what helps hold me accountable. That's for my own coaching business. That's why I have my own coaching programs. I hold people accountable. And no, this is not a pitch, but I know for a fact that it works. It's even one of the reasons I stuck with group coaching programs, 4-day work week or time freedom, how to actually do this with other people. I ran a 90-day intensive teaching people how to create a 4-day work week. They got way more out of interacting with each other and holding each other accountable than I provided them. And I provided a bunch of tools and training, but the accountability within that program itself held everybody else together and made them improve. They came in one day and said, oh, last week I couldn't because kid's sick and the power went out and insert good reason here. Well, somebody else, I had the same thing, but here's what I managed to do anyways. That built-in accountability got them to move forward. Same reason for those of you here in the South, a lot of churchgoers, same reason the preacher wants you in church every Sunday. I know a lot of people say, well, I'm spiritual on my own. And I'm not saying you can't be, but they know that there's a reason that if you're in a church and you're at the service or you're in the life group, cell group, D group, Bible study group, insert cliche church name group here, that you're going to be more likely to follow along with, the teachings, what the Bible says versus just kind of winging it. And even you want a bigger example, this is Tim Ferriss, author, own podcast, author of the 4-hour work week, not 4-day work week. We're working up to that. He credited mastermind groups for getting him to where he is. He reported that they regularly checked in with his peers and motivated him to stay on track and helped him expand his brand, his business. And he went back and studied how well he was doing before accountability groups, mastermind groups in that case. And then without them, and he said it was a 30% increase. Whatever money he invested, he got it back over and over and over. And even on average, people in peer accountability frameworks, their achievement of goals is like 76% compared to 43%. I've sourced that all across the web, but that's a real thing. And I think that comes from the ASTD, American Society of Training and Development. Now it is just the ATD, American Training and Development. And you've heard that time and time and time again, yet we don't always do it. But I'm telling you, that is how you get to where you want to be. By getting you to where you want to be, this is not trying to grow your business to the largest humanly possible, but just getting to a point where you can spend more time with family, friends, doing the things you want. It's hard to do that on your own. So let me give you 4 quick tips here. First and foremost, quit hanging out with people that wear busy as a badge of honor. How you been? Oh, I just been so good. Well, we just been so busy. Oh, we're just so busy too. Oh, we pick up. Wow, it's just so busy. Well, just running around all over the place. I'm like an Uber driver for my kids. Ha ha ha. And then we talk about all the work we're doing and all the volunteering we're trying to cram in, and just look, I get it. We're all busy. Nobody's immune to that. But in order to get to a point where busy isn't like a cool thing you're bragging about, you got to find other people who are kind of sick of busy as well. And by other people, if you're kind of like me and you're mid-career, so to speak, kids are still at home, you have a spouse, hanging out with a bunch of young stud entrepreneurs that are trying to be the next Alex Hermize won't help you, or vice versa. If you're just getting started in your career, or if you're just ending your career, you got to find the right people that have that same mindset that you have. And beware of the free groups. I know I mentioned it earlier when I said Sarah was in a free boot camp. She paid as gym membership, wasn't exactly free. But most free groups get you minimal to no results. Free groups I've seen fall apart several times. You'll see people, our bank is having a book club / mastermind. And by the way, if there's a book involved, it's not a mastermind. A mastermind is literally everybody getting a turn on the hot seat and everyone else trying to help them fix a problem. A book club is a book club. I see those fall apart regularly. I see the Chamber of Commerce, love Chamber of Commerce's, by the way, but I see the Chamber of Commerce collectives and groups and the Young Professional Club. We're going to all meet together and hold each other accountable. That lasts about 1 to 2 times and everybody falls off the wagon. Even the full-time coaching that you'll see at a small business development center, which was a full-time gig that I still hold, that doesn't always work. You have people that want to get that free advice and then they think they'll come back on a regular basis. They don't. It falls right off the wagon. You need a group. You need a coach that can help you do that. Now, when I say that, find the one that fits you. There's plenty of $10,000 ones out there that make major promises and flounder on the results. If you see somebody pitching you that, I'm not telling you not to do it. Don't just call up the people that they said that to call that they've worked with before. Don't hand them a 5-figure check just yet. Call up other people that have been through the group that aren't on the testimonial page and see what they have to say. And look at your own network of people. Where do you find these groups? Check LinkedIn. My gosh, there's groups and coaches falling off a log. You have all the opportunity in the world to find one that has a good personality fit. And that matters as much or more than anything else. Because if you don't have, they have to be willing to hold you accountable. They have to know how to do their job. But most of them actually do. You'll see people talking about all their certifications and all their testimonials from the group. But if you don't have a personality fit, you will not be comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you're not going to participate within the group. Find the ones that have your same vibe, so to speak. Look, here, this is the wrap up here. Hey, if you want to accomplish your goals and create new habits on your own, you're going to keep getting lukewarm results. If you want to find a group of like-minded people that hold you accountable, that's going to be the thing that works for you. And yep, for me, now's the little laid back pitch. That's what we do. And and it may not be a fit for you, but I'm working with people that want to do more by doing less. Solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, folks in the nonprofit sector, people that are accountable to themselves, but now want to be accountable to a group. We have that. Go to yourcharlesalexander.com, find the coaching package that is right for you. If you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, advisor, agent, or freelancer, listen up. You'd rather do what you love, spend more time with family, friends, traveling, exercise, sleep, have the time to do what you want instead of putting out fires, fighting never-ending to-do lists, checking email at 9 p.m., then go to yourcharlesalexander.com. I've created the toolkit you need with all the bells and whistles to help you streamline your workflow without sacrificing your income. Just go to yourcharlesalexander.com, scroll to the bottom, grab the exclusive toolkit, and start seeing results right away and take the first step toward a more balanced work life. And as always, if you don't, an angel may actually lose its wings. True story. Have a great day.